Good evening, you all. It is Stephanie Humphrey with our 2021 book study. So, look, you all, I took the month of October off to rest and relax, but I wanted to give you this video or share this video with you on tonight because our Christmas in October sale starts tomorrow. Woohoo! It's the first big sale that I've ever had since I started my company, Determined Publishing Company. And so, October 25th through the 29th, select books of mine will be $5 a piece. I'm so excited to have this sale. You can mark off some names off of your Christmas list, get them some books you've read, some books that you're interested in reading. Grab some books for a book study for your women's group or your single ministries group or your married ministries group or even your men's ministry group. Or if you and your family or friends just want to get together and read a book, I actually have two customers that are friends and they get my books together and they read the books and talk about them and discuss them. So my books are great for a book study, great for your family, great for you to read at any time of the year. So again, the Christmas and October sale starts tomorrow, you all. Let me show you the books that will be on sale because it won't be all of the books. I'll tell you the exclusions at the end. So these are my copies. So A New Kind of Family will be tomorrow, will be $5 starting tomorrow. This is the story of Carrie and Mark. Carrie's family has met a tragic end, and she has traveled with her niece to New York to seek some help. So it shares with you their journey and how Carrie and her niece Anna are restored, and how her and Mark meet, and what happens with their meeting. So, A New Kind of Family. So our next $5 book is Our Arranged Marriage. This is a book of Grace and Thomas. So Grace and Thomas were childhood friends. They went their separate ways when they went to college. And a family member brings them back together and gives them an interesting life to live in our arranged marriage. So it gives them an interesting life to live. So it gives you some information about their childhood, about what happened with them over the years, and about where they are right now. This is the first book that has flashbacks. It's my second romance novel, first book with flashbacks, so that you can have that backstory of Thomas and Grace. So next $5 book is A Monster's Love. So this is my most risque book. It does have a little bit of premarital things in it. But it is the story of Franco and Carmen. He's a mobster. She's a elementary school principal. And so it takes you on how they meet and their journey. And I'm going to leave it there. Our next $5 book is Bountiful Blessings. So I do have I have this cover and an updated cover for Bountiful Blessings. So this is a story of not Carrie, but Regina and Robert, right? Oh my gosh, I haven't pulled this one out in a good little while. Let me make sure his name is Robert, because like I said, I haven't pulled this one out in a good little while. And so that's his name, one of the gentlemen. And I want to tell you right. So anyway, while I'm finding this dude's name, this is the story of Regina. She is the owner and proprietor of Bountiful Blessings Bed and Breakfast, better known as B4. And on the night of her popular Valentine's Day dinner, a stranger awaits her at the door. His administrative assistant is knocking on the door because he needs accommodations. And so it takes you through his story. A little bit of his story. You get more of his story near the end, but you get some of his story. You get Regina's story. This is a fun family book because it introduces you to Regina's staff, who are like family to her. And Stephen, I got his name all wrong, y'all. Woo! So this is Regina and Stephen, and it takes you on their story. They have some romantic moments in this particular book, and its location is by the water, so it's really nice. So next $5 book is A Love So Strong. So this is my only young adult book. Is a coming of age book about Deandra and Todd. So they, well, when the book is introduced, they meet in class. It's a diversity class that they're taking together their senior year in high school. And so the first chapter introduces you to that class and a few of the characters, but you're going to get some interesting backstory with them. There is a flashback in this that gives you a little bit more information about Deandra and Todd's original meeting, which was not in the diversity class. So the original meeting and what transpires with their first encounter. So I love so song. So this is for your teenagers as well as for adults because they start off as seniors in high school and takes them up into their young adulthood. So it is a good story for adults, but you can use this for your youth group as well. It has some good relational information and topics and discussions within A Love So Strong. And it introduces you to their family, Todd and his family. And their families are each going through some struggles. So I believe that it's a good book, again, for your youth ministry group, for your youth group, for your teenage group, just to have some open discussions or introduce some new topics that may be difficult for you to talk about. So parents, you can get this and do a book study with your family as well. $5, $5. So our next $5 book is Meant to Be. So look, y'all. So this is the story of Alexander and Sydney. This book had so many different endings. It's not even funny. So this book has, it had like 3 different endings, 1, 2, 3, yeah. So it ended the way it ended in this finished product. And I actually went back and added a flashback. It's a huge flashback, y'all, that I went back and added. I'd already published this book, already released it. And then I was like, you know what? There's a letter that is introduced at the end of this story. And I'm like, maybe the readers want to know what that letter entailed. So the letter is included at the end. Don't you look when you get the book, don't run and read the letter first. Get the story first so you'll know what led up to this letter, and then you'll be able to read the letter and get some more information. Anywho, Alexander and Sydney, they meet when they're in college. Alexander is working on he's like in the last year of law school, and Sydney is she in her master's program yet? No, I think she's finishing up either her master. I think she's finishing up her undergrad degree, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't pulled this one out in a while. But they meet in college. It's a really unusual meeting, you all. Once you read this first chapter, you'll be able to understand. I actually got this idea reading an article, and I thought it was an interesting idea. So the first chapter introduces the idea, and you'll see what unfolds with that idea. You'll be able to get it when you read the first chapter. And it takes you through their relationship, and it's really interesting. Family dynamics are interesting in this particular book, but Meant to Be, there, by the time you get to the end, their love was truly meant to be. Because, yeah, them families, girl. Look, families, talking about families, family affairs. But this is going back to Meant to Be, this is a good book about relationships and about how sometimes when you get married, your family may not always agree with the choices that you've made, but and Alexander's parents, or his dad in particular, he has some deep-seated concerns about their relationship, and it is reflected in the book, and it does interfere with their relationship. I'm just going to say that, but it gives you a good ending as well. So the letter may have something to do with that, and I'm going to leave that there. Okay. So get the book. So our next $5 book, talking about family affairs. Y'all, I'm telling you, I love my family. I love the family that the Lord has blessed me to be a part of. But sometimes family can make you want to harm them. Sometimes family just make you just want to do some things. So anyway, this is Family Affairs. This book is awesome. It takes you through the story of, and I'm going to get these characters' names right because I just finished reading this book again. And I still can't think about Leslie. So Leslie and Jay. So Leslie has started back college after a 12-year hiatus. Not necessarily a hiatus, but there was a family reason why she left college the first time. She's able to go back 12 years later to get her degree. She meets Jace on the very first day of her being back in class, and their relationship unfolds pretty quickly, but it introduces you to Leslie's family pretty quickly, and eventually Jace's family, and it takes you through the dynamics of their family affairs. It takes you through the dynamics of their families. This, I feel, would be a good book for families to read together and talk about familial relationships and how our relationships can affect us long term if we don't deal with certain things. So this is a really good book for family discussions, discussions with your children, discussions with siblings, like adults, good discussion here in family affairs. So yes, Jason Leslie, the bulk of their relationship, it kind of does center around their family. It's kind of their relationship really is the backdrop in this story, and their familial relationships are pretty much at the forefront. But it's a really good read. So our next $5 book is Only the Beginning. So this one, I was a little timid in writing because Mark is so much older than Christopher. Oh, sorry about that, y'all. I'm getting my character. Christopher is so much older than Stacy. Not, yeah, significantly older. I won't say so much older, but he's significantly older than her. He has two children. They meet, and a friendship begins between the two of them. And eventually you'll see what happens if it remains a friendship or if it goes into a romantic relationship. But it starts off as a really good friendship. And I don't know about you, it's good to have friends of all ages. Well, not too young, I would say, and but it's good to have, all types of friendships and relationships to grow us and to build us up. So they start off with a really good friendship. And this has some really good moments between Christopher and Stacy, as well as their families. And it has some really good like biblical moments, I would say, prayer moments and biblical moments. The next $5 book is Samuel and Candice. So Candice and Samuel are introduced in the book Savoy, Samuel and Samson. That book is not part of the $5 deal, but you can definitely get it for $12 printed copy on determinepublishing.com. But these two characters are introduced. This is the only sequel. It's not necessarily a sequel because both books stand alone. You can read them alone and it's just fine. But it's the only book where I introduced the same characters in the second book. So I had to tell their story. Samuel and Candice, they were speaking to me, so I had to tell their story. So so they're introduced, and they have an interesting love story. It's a really short, sweet read. They have an interesting and very fast love story, but it's a good love story. She's a business owner, and Samuel, they're actually both business owners. He has his own real estate agency, and she has natural hair care line. That she starts somewhere in particular. They actually meet in college too, y'all. But guess what? Don't tell nobody. He's a professor and she's a student. So you'll have to read to see, do they cross any ethical boundaries? Let's read it and see. So Samuel and Candice, very interesting read. It does introduce you to her family. And you kind of meet his family in Savoy, Samuel and Sampson, but you're introduced to her family, and she has a really good relationship with her sisters, and I have a good relationship with my sister, so I wanted to highlight that in this book. So Samuel and Candice is a really good read. Our next $5 book is Conversations. This is a story of Ethan and Evangeline. So again, this is an age difference. But he's the younger gentleman. Yeah, Ethan is the younger, and Evangeline is the older. She's really established, has a daughter, teenage. Yeah, she's a teenage daughter. And so they meet on his first day on the job. He's a police officer, and he pulls her over on his first day on the job. And so it takes you through how they meet, why he pulls her over and kind of how their friendship and relationship evolves from there. So Ethan and Evangeline, they have some interesting conversations as well as the other characters in the book. So our next $5 book is Walking Out. I love this book was released just this year in 2021, y'all. It was just released. This is the story of Dominic and Emerald. So her car stalls on his street and she ends up getting out to walk. It's a snowy evening and she falls and hurts herself. And Dominic and his dad find her on the road and they're able to care for her. And so this is a really good they really develop more of a friendship relationship in this story. And nearing the end, it gets a little more romantic, but it really builds on who they are as individuals and how their friendship evolves and really how Dominic's family relationship is and how his family embraces Emerald. And y'all, nearing the end of this book, it has something really good. Like there is a really good party that occurs that is so like if you want to use this party idea, I'm pretty sure somebody else has already. I really don't know. It's just an idea that came to mind as I was writing this book, but it's a really interesting party idea that you can use. Don't even worry about giving me any credit. I don't need any. But there's a really interesting party idea. I know I've said that like 10 times already nearing the end that I really loved. It was fun writing it, and it was fun thinking about how the characters engage with these men that they're at the party with. It's good. You gotta read. You gotta get this. You gotta get this one. It's a really good read. Okay, the final $5 book that I'm going to introduce tonight is A Return to Love, the story of Robert. This Robert right here, the story of Robert and Sabrina. So Robert is the president of the United States. Sabrina is a scientist, and they have history. They have history and they have secrets. Secrets in the White House, right? Anywho, this introduces you to who they are, their relationship, and what happened, what's going to happen, and then how their future unfolds. So this is a really good book. This is also a book that I released this year in 2021. So it's also $5. So we got A Return to Love. We've got Walking Out Our Love. We've got Conversations, Ethan and Evangeline. We've got Samuel, and Candice. We have Only the Beginning. We have Family Affairs. We have Meant to Be, the story of Alexander and Sydney. We have A Love So Strong. We have Bountiful Blessings. We have A Monster's Love. We have Our Arranged Marriage. And we have A New Kind of Family. All 12 of these books will be $5 starting tomorrow, October 25th through October 29th. That is Friday. So get your $5 books. Get copies for your family, your friends, your coworkers. They make perfect gifts, okay? Look, there are excluded books. My Gift of Love series is not included in the $5 sale. My unedited copies that you can purchase on my website, they are not included with this sale. Savoya, Samuel, and Samson is not included with this sale. Just these 12 books are included in the sale. Gift wrapping is available for $3 per book. I have my gift wrapping station already set up. I will gift wrap your book. I'll add a bow to it. I'll add a tag to it for $3. All you need to do is just add the note at the end. The box that says note to seller, add your note at the end of checkout, and I will make sure that your book is beautifully wrapped and sent to the individual that you would like it sent to, or it can be sent to you and you can give it out however you want to. But gift wrapping again is $3 per book. Anything else I want to share with you about it? No, I just hope that you'll go to my website, determinepublishing.com, determinepublishing.com, go to the Christmas sale and check out the books. You can also read synopsis of the book so that you'll know exactly which books you're purchasing and have fun. I say happy reading to you, happy shopping, and happy reading. So again, Christmas in October, $5 book sale, gift wrapping available. I look forward to engaging with you through this sale. All right. Well, take care, you all, and I will see you very, very soon.